Go ahead and pull it up. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about my character here. There's zero surprises. Hopefully some movesets I bring up would be a surprise.
Yeah.
But I'm going to pay homage to Ridge's favorite game. Definitely within probably my top 20 favorite games, but I think would complement the Smash series at the highest level. It will be Master Chief. All right. So to the viewers here, what I think this would do for the franchise probably gets me more excited than anything. There's a lot of people that I know for sure would buy this.
Give you a slow clap.
Oh yeah, dude, it's so true. So we talk about folks like Ridge and people that just like games and shooters in general probably got into those types of games because of Halo.
Yep.
So, and then I'm gonna tell a little story before I go into the moveset because why I think this is going to happen. Probably the last fighter. I think
this is legit.
I think out of all the characters, this one has the highest probability. Okay. So Microsoft is now playing nice with Nintendo. We have proof of it. So they've opened up their open API. So soon you're going to be able to. Well, what they're trying to do is be able to stream an Xbox game on your Switch. And Switch Pro. So
wow.
Xbox has opened their API up for crossplay and for streaming Xbox games on other platforms, which Nintendo has rights to do. They shared Banjo and Kazooie. Banjo and Kazooie, which was a Microsoft character. And the mecca of all, I would say maybe bigger than Master Chief in many circles would be Steve.
Right. Yeah, from Minecraft.
From Minecraft,
Absolutely.
which is 100% Microsoft. So I think they're working up to the big reveal of the biggest character in all the Microsoft franchises, and I think will help them finish sales in the strongest way possible for this franchise and series.
And it's a win-win for both of them.
Master effing Chief.
It's a win-win for both of them. Nintendo gets Master Chief, and Microsoft also gets that credibility. They get that exposure.
Yeah.
In a Nintendo game, it's basically advertisement.
Yeah. It really is. You know, it's funny about, I was going to say, I'm going to get on Master Chief in a second. I'm going to talk about Minecraft in a second.
Yeah.
Not being super connected to the Smash community, you know, maybe like you guys are, I think adding Snake has really been like the catalyst for all of these conversations and adding all these characters because people are like, wait,
it was the first blowout
That was
character.
the Wii.
Well, he's a human, right? I mean, I think that's like part of it, but also like, I mean, was he the first third-party character you said?
Branching off though, I would say so. Like
it was the biggest third-party character.
Yeah.
And I think it set the precedent that to elevate the series, we need third-party.
Yeah, he
characters.
was like the first, like, I mean, obviously a cartoon,
like
to some degree because it's a
unrealistic.
game, but like he's the first like realistic character because Nintendo tends to make like cartoony stuff, which is totally okay. But I feel like he was adding that character was sort of the catalyst for these kind of things, the things that I think can make, you know, what I'm saying potentially be a thing that could happen. Obviously, Master Chief. By the way, Minecraft is according to this Google search,
I think it's the biggest game ever.
It's
the highest grossing video game of all time.
Yeah, no, Microsoft owns that shit.
Right.
And I guess it's still accelerating, which is crazy. So Microsoft's done a really good job with that series, which I know no one personally that plays Minecraft because I think they all hide in basements.
I don't play it like that, but I do play it. I had a survey.
And the
That's
mods
great.
you can do with it, like the Pixelmon thing, which is like a Minecraft.
I'm going to try to reel this back.
Sorry. So I just wanted to jump
you're
into
totally
that.
fine. I think we're trying to paint the story of Steve was a big deal. The only thing that's a bigger deal that from an IP that Microsoft owns, I think the biggest of deal is Master Chief. So and I think it shakes a lot of hands and it gets a lot done for the franchise, both franchises. And there's a Master Chief game supposed to be coming out pretty soon.
Halo Infinite,
Yeah. So, and I think that they should time that with Nintendo, and then boom, you boost sales.
My gosh,
dude, yeah, there's an opportunity here for a perfect positive storm.
So many
of money.
skin options too because of all the suit
Oh
marks.
my gosh! So let's get into some of these spicy moves, dude.
God,
Please do.
Daddy scoured the web and looked at kind of the history of Master Chief, and I'm putting my best foot forward here. Okay. But in the comments, please let me know what I missed. What do you think that we could also add to this for creativity? Because you never know, Nintendo might be watching. You never know. You never know.
Well, watch our video. We'll give you an email later, and you can pay us.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. All right, so let's get into some moves. So
take
I'm going to
Pokemon
start
cards.
with smash attacks.
Okay.
So this would either be down smash or forward smash. But Ridge, I know you'll know this. And maybe everybody here. The gravity hammer.
Yeah.
So this is good
Halo
for
3.
controlling spacing. And then before I go too far into the gravity hammer, I think that ammunition needs to be the cornerstone of this character.
Interesting.
So he needs to be able to run out of ammunition. So when you use things properly, they're very powerful. If you abuse them, you're out of ammo.
Okay.
They still work, but they need to make him very, very, very special. And in the games, especially legendary mode, managing your economy of ammo and ammunition, grenades, all these things, so important.
Yeah.
So the gravity hammer had this in Halo 3. The gravity hammer worked when it ran out of ammo, but with ammo, even if you missed, it pushed your enemies away.
Yeah.
So maybe you have some way to farm ammo for these guns. Maybe it's a universal ammo that boosts everything to make it more simplified. But in this case, these heavier moves like the gravity hammer should use the majority of your economy because it's such a powerful weapon. That's what I think. Smash attack should be very, very powerful. Okay. Good for spacing. Awesome move when your ammo's full, pushes them away, and when it's not, it'll still KO, but it has to be a tipper hit.
Okay.
Right. So a lot of end lag in this move. It should be very heavy, a big commit. So that's one move that I thought of, gravity hammer. And now I want to talk about recovery. This one got me really excited. I'm like, what would up B be for Master Chief? And I think all the fans would be really upset if I didn't say this, but I definitely think it should be the thruster, right? Yeah. I don't think it should do any damage. It should just be a purely recovery or a positioning tool to get you up there to shoot a gun when you're in the sky or to get up and snap and grab that ledge.
Almost like a flying thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, a jetpack.
Yeah.
Yep. In a quick one, like a quick accelerating jetpack, I think would be good.
That would work.
And then I think down B, there's a bunch of options here. I thought a defensive spacing tool would be good. I'm going to let you guess what it would be. What would the down B be for spacing and defense? What do you think?
I assume you're going to say the sword. Is that what you're talking about?
Close. The sword's in here, but that one's not it. I thought the bubble shield.
Oh, I was going to say that next. I wasn't quite sure what you were going to say.
Oh, that makes
sense. I thought
sense.
maybe like when he shielded, it would like bubble him or something, but
That's good too. Oh man,
When he blocks.
I just thought of something totally new. Let me finish this thought.
Yeah.
So, dude, he has
So many
so many
different
games, so many tools here, and I want them to use as many as possible and represent a lot of these games. But the bubble shield, quick timer, it replenishes. You get it for like 5 seconds. You put it down, nothing can come in, but if you have ammunition, this is key, can go out.
Oh,
Okay.
Do you think that'd be a low OP though?
It has to be quick. Has to be in and out.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
you would know that character. You would know how to jump out of the way or whatever.
dodge it.
And then the key
counter.
of it would be the bubble. You can come into the bubble. You can come into the bubble and get
Okay.
down. So it's a more of a situational thing. You're dealing with like a Samus. You need a little protection. Boom.
But
All
you
right.
could drop that bubble and then hit him with whatever your range attack
Exactly.
is.
So, dude, I'm so hyped for this fucking character.
What else we got?
And then before I go into the next moves, they got to find a way. So ammo, they have to find a way to work into the uniqueness of this character. They also have to work in the shield regen thing.
Yeah.
What do they got to do here? Because it slows down gaining percentage or does something, and then it goes away quick. But you can tank a hit. Like you got to be able to tank a little bit. And if you get away, hide in your bubble for a minute, you get good spacing. You regen that shield.
Almost
back.
like you could like almost lose percentage or something.
Yes. So it doesn't add percentage or take away percentage, but it prevents you from taking. Like it's like a 5. It'll protect you from like 5 or 10%.
Oh, I see. Or almost like you would have to like combo him to be able to
You
knock
need
him
one
out.
good hit to break the shield. Then you're adding percentages.
Yeah.
It would just be a little bit, but it's like a little. Let's say. What's his name for Persona? Joker's gun. It takes a few of those hits. It'll take some tic tac hits.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
might even take a nice forward smash, but it's that little bit of a buffer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's the subset. Can I
like that.
can I ask a
I
question?
got some moves, but I'll take a break.
I'm just curious about we haven't talked much about range specific. So like I guess what is it down B that pulls out like a bomb for Toon Link?
Yeah.
So I feel like he's got to pull out a sticky grenade, right?
Yeah, I think that. So I was thinking, you're right. So
And if you hit him, maybe it's the trajectory is very
love that.
straight or something, or maybe it has a big arc.
I love
but if
sticky
it hits them, it
grenades.
sticks to them.
yeah, we need to figure out how to work in a sticky grenade. I think a sticky grenade needs to be worked. I like the idea of Master Chief kind of ledge stalling, throwing a sticky grenade against the ledge of the stage
Okay.
Oh, and it doesn't hurt him.
to force them to come back just for positioning. Then he can up B back and grab that grenade and then rechuck it or something. So there's a lot of opportunity there.
And I have one other thought. I just don't know if
Do
you
it,
thought
dude.
about this. As you're talking, I'm like,
need
yes,
you.
and obviously
I
I love
need
Halo. The Spartan laser. It's very similar to Samus's like what is his like charge or her? I'm sorry, what is her
Charge shot. So to me, it's like Sephiroth's charge thing, where he like it's a long charge commitment, but it hits like a tank. That's
So the Spartan laser works like that in the game. You have to kind of go
very slow, but
and then it
knocks
shoots. So that
ships
can be
out.
like a super long range thing that will hit you super hard, but you've got to charge it. You've got to time it. You can't really hold on to it though, like Samus does, right? Samus can charge it and hold it and then fire it.
Yeah, it's something that you can hold. You can let go early. It's a little bit weaker, but if you fully charge it, it plows through. So let's
going.
talk about so neutral B to me is what changes this character in majorly.
Okay.
So all the weapons that you use, your aerial weapons and your tilts, are going to be what weapon you have equipped. In neutral B, you change that weapon. So so Master Chief having an assortment of weapons is like the base of him. Yeah. So I say you hit neutral B and you go from your assault rifle to your your pulse gun or your pistol or your shotgun, and you're just kind of recycling through. And then whatever one you land on, now all your aerial moves are using that weapon.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a way to include basically all of the weapons, but
Yes.
like you can't have them all out at once.
Yes.
Yeah.
That or you chop up the weapons with different moves, but I think that they need to keep this character very malleable with playstyle.
Are you saying you know how I think it's Shulk where like you could tap the B button and it brings out a specific power?
Yes.
Are you saying like that with guns?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but not necessarily a cooldown. Where Shulk's has a cooldown, like he'll have Buster mode.
Yeah,
but I'm saying like you would do Y to change your weapon.
Right.
It's neutral B is your Y. You're like, oh, boom, I have this. All right, now, and then every weapon has a different range, different percentages, different knockback. Like you have a shotgun, good luck, you need to be close.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good way for creativity. I'm going to start going through these a little quicker.
Yeah.
Down air, so you're in the air, down air. I think that you would use your thrusters, but in the opposite direction to do the slam.
Yeah. I can see that.
So you could up B and then kind of peer over the stage and then down air and slam back down on the stage.
Almost like the Aardvark and the what'd you call him?
the bear and
Moltres.
Moltres.
Yeah. So essentially when you go straight down, are you talking about that?
Yeah,
I go straight
and a
down.
little bit,
They're serious,
and a little bit
squeezing
of
the
an
spit.
earthquake that goes around it, so a little
like
shock
that.
area too.
I like that.
So the grab to me, I felt like the grab should be the hook shot. There was a grapple hook shot in Halo that I found that was in a few games. I think it'd be really good for recovery, good recovery mix up. This might make him a little OP, so they'd have to nerf a few other areas.
I think the grapple is actually it's just a new thing in Halo Infinite. There's been no grapple in the game.
Yeah, so that
Okay.
would the footage I saw for the grapple.
Had to have been Halo Infinite.
It looked fairly like a newer game.
Yeah, it's not out yet, but it would be a great
That
way
would
to
blend in
incorporate
perfectly
it.
like how he was talking about. If
Yeah,
they
yeah.
launch at the exact same time.
And maybe it doesn't grab the ledge, but for sure, like give me a distance to grab it person, bring him to me,
Sure.
and then we're doing some grabbing animations depending on what you do.
Okay.
And then overall, I wanted to call out the shield mechanic. I thought was very very important. The ammo economy, and then to me the taunt is like this is going to be cool. So for the taunt, I felt like that he could pull out Cortana,
Yeah.
something like that.
Or teabag.
Or TV.
The victory flag animation.
I
Oh,
believe
yeah.
that's just
Gosh.
crouching. Really
Sure.
quickly.
He would just crouch.
Yeah, you could just crouch, but he has to crouch
Imagine
like
if
that.
a Tom was actually just teabagging for like 5 seconds straight.
How about if he bent down and goes, "Hey man, you ever been to Wendy's?" And he's like, "Wendy's." And it's
Okay,
like,
no.
"Wendy's nuts on your face, boy." Hey. That's
Oh
all I
my
got.
gosh.
Yes,
Yeah, that's a
that would
taunt.
be a good taunt. And then my last taunt would just be Master Chief saying, "I need a weapon."
Ooh.
You would say it in the game.
Yes.
Do other characters
Yeah,
say
some
things?
talk, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know, like as Pikachu is always just Pika-Pee all the time.
Yeah, a bunch talk, but it's a
Yeah,
quick
some talk.
phrase.
Yeah, it's a very quick phrase.
No, I said he was Pika-Peeing, and I was just like, oh, that's kind of
Pika-Pee?
But yeah, how
Kinda like
hyped would this
diabetic
character
That
be for
would
the game?
be
Oh my gosh!
sick.
Thank you for sharing your favorite game and allowing me to deliver it. I do appreciate it.
No, that's totally
But
fine. I mean-
I've been like wanting this for so
Well,
long.
yeah, I think it would be. It's a character that it sounds like we could potentially actually see. I think there's a
highest
reasonable expectation that it might be in there. And you also know the game better, so I was fine with that. And I was like, for me, Halo would have been a little too easy. So I was like, I want to think on this, and I think
Tony Hawk is dope.
Tony Hawk would be awesome. Man,
Tony Hawk would be
but
so good.
No worries. I think Master Chief being added. If they added all 4 of these characters, we would just be like, just watch it. We'll tell you
the
all
views
the
would be good, basically.
Yeah, we called it.
But would you not? I guess if Master Chief was added, how long would it be until you start beating me
Oh, I see what you're saying.
regularly? Because I think that's
I don't
when
know.
you're.
I
I
mean-
think it might wake the bear.
I think it would.
Maybe, I don't know. It would be what would be interesting.
He'll be OP.
What would be interesting
Yeah,
would
for
be
sure.
to see if having experience playing Halo made any difference.
It won't.
And I don't think it would. So I don't know. I think I would play it. I would be into it, and I would probably
I
select.
think it give you the passion to learn the game.
I would
think it
select Master
would.
Chief, but I like the speed. Like I played Toon Link, and I think Toon Link is certainly way faster than Master Chief would be. It's not
I would
necessarily
say
a fast character,
yeah.
but it'll be faster.
It'd be
And
heavy. I think Master Chief would be heavy.
And I don't
think
like
it would.
heavy characters. I like to be able to make quick movements, and to be able to like get away. And I think that's where I struggle with the game now, which is like
Got it.
once I can figure out what I think people will do, yeah, you're gonna have a hard time hitting me. But with Master Chief, you just whack me, and I wouldn't be able to run.
Master Chief will be so OP. I bet
He'd be
he's
so
fast.
strong though. He'd
Yeah.
be so strong.
His dash animation could be that thruster push too. I think he'll
Yeah,
be fast,
just
dude.
a melee throwing a bow.
I just hope they do it.
I mean,
And
Yeah.
Nintendo,
Or dab.
if Nintendo does this, it'll be done so right. They'll,
Yeah.
I think they'll hit on all these things.
Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
mean, they put Snake in, they put Joker in, they put Banjo and Kazooie in, they put who else? They like
Steve
is such a big one, dude.
Steve was one they said like took the hardest time too, right? Because
Yeah.
like they had to implement, basically had to make everything elemental.
I bet Microsoft's quality control on Steve, and they were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, and it has to be top tier." It's like imagine like the list of demands they had.
Sounds like shit. I guess he's gonna be the best player in the game.
Yeah,
so
and they'll do
funny.
the same thing with Master
Oh,
Chief.
Cart,
100%.
Well, that's the other thing too. Like he could have a cart animation that's just like the Warthog. We didn't even get into the vehicles,
Oh my
right?
god. That could be like, you know how
Brother,
there's like item drops and stuff like that. Imagine a Warthog dropping.
Yeah.
oh, dude,
And
that
it's
would
like-
kill everybody.
or a go. Or
Okay,
a go.
oh, that would be his
It would
final
smash
smash move.
everybody.
Period, dude. Warthog would come down for his final smash.
It would just
for
land
sure.
on them, or the Rhino tank.
It'd be something great.
Man, there's
It'd be
so
great.
many good things.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Man, alternate skins could be the Arbiter. They could be a Brute. They could be you could be Cortana. There's a bunch of stuff in there that you could be. Man, that would be awesome. I would certainly load that thing up if they added them.
Yeah, ditto.
Because I don't have a lot of the DLC, but I would get that.